Welcome back everyone. So something a little bit different today, something a bit more positive. If you're a regular viewer to my channel, you will know that I don't just talk about the average everyday things that drive us all mad here in the UK. I also do some positive stuff. Now today I'm going to introduce you to a couple of characters that both very good friends of mine. Some of you, a lot of you will have already met them in the past. First of all, I'm going to see my friend Supercar Kev, who has indeed just bought himself another supercar. He runs a company called Stream Cars. He's a car dealer, one of the best in the UK, and I'm off to see a new Lamborghini that he has purchased that is just absolutely unbelievable. It's probably the best car I think he's ever had in stock. We're going to go and see that, and then after that we're going to see my good friend Spencer over at BQ Watches, the UK's biggest independent watch dealers, where I'm going to try and negotiate because I want to buy a new Rolex from Spencer. He's asking a little bit too much for it at the moment, so I'm going to do a little bit of wheeling and dealing, try and get myself a bit of a better deal, and I'm going to take you guys over there, going to show you some wonderful watches and a live watch negotiation. So let's get on the way. First of all, it's over at Kev's. Right, here we go. We're just about to pull up at Supercar Kev's. What's he got on display for us? Oh, very nice. Look at this. Have a look at this. Well, well, well. Oh, he likes an Aston Martin, look. Looks like he's on the phone doing a deal already. What you got here, the Three Musketeers?
Oh no, how about that? 3 red ones.
You all right, mate? Let me put the mic on you. Hold on a sec. Morning, Kev.
Not too up close, please.
No, not too up close.
Oh, you haven't shaved today?
Mate, listen, most people get Supercar Blondie. I'll get Supercar Kev. It's a bit, it's not really, mate, what is this?
It's a bit of kit, isn't it? I knew you'd like it.
This.
Now, there is more money here in this one car than the rest of the other cars here, including yours. My biggest investment to date. It's a bit scary.
You nervous?
A bit scary, yeah.
A bit scary, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll have a closer look at it in a minute. So what have we got here?
We've seen this before, no? This is the V8.
I think I did, yeah.
2017 V8 Vantage S.
Did I drive this one?
No, you didn't, no. It's an interesting combination, and I've had it for a little over 2 months now, so perhaps it's not to everyone's taste. I think maybe the black sills look a little bit odd, but
I don't
they do.
I think it looks good.
Okay, well, they can be changed. They can be painted or wrapped. They've got the clear rear lights. Somebody put on these exhaust tips. I've only left them on because they're cosmetic.
I think they look nice again.
Again, you see, you like them, so if someone wants it like that, they can have it.
Can't beat a bit of boy racer, can you? Look.
Well, they'll come off in 20 minutes if no one wants them.
Maybe it might. Is it open, Kev?
Yeah, all unlocked.
It might be. Would it be the interior that maybe?
Could be. Sahara tan interior. It's a very vogue colour now. I mean, you see the new Ferraris and everything being spec'd with this tan interior. Personally, I like it.
I like it, yeah. How much is this car?
I've got it up for 56,995.
57 grand.
Yeah.
It's a lot of car for the money, isn't
Yeah. Well, it was a bit higher. The Auto Trader suggests it's worth over 60, so it's competitively priced. But you know, also included in that, I'm offering the next service.
So what's the next one? What's the difference between the 3 models? Because I don't really. I mean,
V8.
Is this a very popular colour? How comes you got 3 of the same?
It's not a common colour. It's not. I mean, typically black, silver.
This is nice.
Yeah, that's a nice contrast, isn't it? This is a DB9, so this is a 6-litre V12. It's got 2 tiny seats in the back that you could put a child in or some extra luggage.
Or Spencer.
Spencer would
Spencer
fit.
will go in there, yeah.
6-litre V12. This was owned by an Aston Martin Owners Club member. He's just upgraded to a DB11. And
Open
really,
her up for us, Kev. Let's have a quick look inside.
just the trickle charger in the boot and an umbrella. You want to have a look on the
Yeah,
interior?
let's have a look at the interior on this one.
This is a much more classic combination. The obsidian black, it's got the Chancellor red stitch to contrast with the body.
Do you know what? I think I prefer the other interior looking at that.
But that's what I'm saying, it's different, isn't it?
Price of this one?
This one is I can't remember now. 46.
I was going to
46
say
or
that
40.
seems more of a car to me.
Yeah, there's 10 grand between these two.
Yeah.
This is a 17, that's a 13.
Yeah.
V8 Vantage S, DB9, 6-litre V12.
And what about the
Now
last
this
one?
is an 06 car, 50,000 mile car. Someone's modified this, put on lowering springs. It's got this Maxton, I think Maxton or Hammam body kit. Rear spoiler. This again will not be to everybody's taste, and it's not fully prepped yet. You see there's some damage on the front spoiler there where
So have you
it's
just
really
got this
too
one
low.
in then?
This one came in just the other day. I've been gradually getting little jobs done on it. It's very hard to get guys doing prep on cars at the moment. They're so busy with other stuff fitting
So this
me.
is a manual car.
This is a manual, yeah. It's got a V12 gear knob and a V12 exhaust.
You're brave having 3 cars the same colour, I will say.
Well, sets you apart, doesn't it? I mean, everyone's got black, silver, blue cars. There are people that like red. I like them.
Anyway, never mind about that. What about the beast?
This is a Huracan Performante. So the one that you saw last time was just a regular Huracan. This is the super lightweight one, faster, and loads and loads of carbon on this. It's got the upgraded Navi bronze wheels. It's very dirty at the moment, only came in last night. Look at the carbon up close. It's got this sort of khaki effect. Forged carbon.
Wow, look at that.
Forged carbon, everything, carbon rear wing, carbon diffuser, carbon interior, and of course it's convertible.
Is it open, Kev?
Yeah, it should be.
Open it up for us.
Yeah. Carbon back bucket seats, carbon center console, carbon vents.
Oh, wow. That is an absolute weapon.
Isn't it just? Not for the shy retiring types, is it? Very conspicuous.
Price on this,
being out
Kev?
of 187,995. And that it's just come out of Lamborghini, and that comes with a Lamborghini extended warranty as well. So that's a no quibble, no expense spared, full bells and whistles Lamborghini warranty.
You'll get a burnt barnet with that, Kev.
That's the problem with,
Look at that.
like that, or leave the windows down.
Windows down, mate.
I have to remember where all the switches are. Leave it running. Do you want to hear a little bit of a rev?
Let's have a little blip. Wow.
You commented about the other one, didn't you, not being sexy enough sounding?
That's a
That's the
different kettle of
difference
fish.
that
That
this
sounds proper.
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 Certainly is proper. There we go. But getting in and out of it, it's not for us old boys, is it?
No, I just struggled with that. I'd put up with it though,
You
Kev.
can lower this glass bit independently of the roof, so you can hear more of the engine and exhaust noise.
How long does it take to get to Spencer's from here?
40 minutes.
So what's that?
Have we got an appointment?
No, he knows we're coming. So what do you think of the watch market right now then, Kev?
I've gone off it really. I'm a bit bored of it all.
I think a lot of people have felt like that recently, but I'm kind of like going to Watches and Wonders over the weekends, like reignited me a little bit. I'm thinking about Spencer's got a couple of Daytonas here that I quite like. They're a bit small for me, but I'm thinking of buying something a little bit more classic size. Maybe on an Oyster Flex or maybe a gold sub, I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. See what I fancy.
Well, you know, I know the watch you're talking about, the Paul Newman. I've got that, and it's one of my favourites.
Do you wear it very often?
I think probably the last time I wore it was when we went to America. I wore it on the plane.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Talking
the last
of America, we're going again, I think, in May to see Roman. I don't know if you want to come.
Maybe. I'm away on holiday until the 5th. So
Yeah, it won't be
if it's
before
after
then.
that.
Yeah. But Roman's invited us out. He wants us to go and spend a couple of days with him. And he's such a top lad down here, isn't it, Kev?
Yeah, M3.
He's such a top lad, Roman. He's going to try his best to get over for the London show as well.
Coming to D show.
Yeah. Always does his best to help us out, you know. No, it was great fun at the weekend. You know, we had Saturday night was magic. You know, went to a lovely restaurant. Would have been right up your Strasse.
Of course.
5-star, overlooking all the mountains and the city centre. As much as you could eat and drink.
It was a Japanese restaurant. How did
Yeah,
you
that's
get
the
on
only.
with that?
Yeah, I'm not a big lover of Japanese food, you know. I prefer my food cooked, personally. I went to the best cafe in Brighton yesterday, and I was thinking how much better it was than sushi.
Oh, made me choke then.
I'm putting my foot down.
Remember the speed cameras?
Yeah, 70 mile an hour in this feels like you're pooed in the long,
It does,
doesn't it?
doesn't it?
That's the trouble.
What was the cafe you went to?
It's my favourite cafe in Brighton, and I had sausage, egg, bacon, beans, slice of fried bread, can of Coke.
Can of Coke.
Better than
With a breakfast,
all that
not a-
sushi all day long, mate. Don't worry about
I
that.
think an English breakfast is the best tasting meal for me, but you couldn't eat that.
It's good for
all
your
the
health,
time,
mate. It's
could
good
you?
health food diet. I'm telling you. So what do you reckon? Do you reckon a Daytona or a sub for me then?
I think for you, a sub.
What makes you say that?
Well, the size of the Daytona.
But it's not really a lot between them, is there really?
On the Oyster Flex, it looks a bit smaller still, doesn't it?
Do you think so?
I think.
Always see when we get over it. I've got,
You've got to see it on the wrist.
yeah, and I've got to try and get the old buzzers to do me a proper deal as well. That's going to be the hard bit.
I was looking online the other day. I got sent an email, and the rose gold Sundust Daytona was amongst the watches that were for sale on this particular website. I've fallen in love with that again.
You like that, do you?
That's a nice piece of kit.
It's a long time since I've had a gold Rolex to wear on a daily basis.
Yeah.
You know, it's been some years, in fact, because I've been wearing APs for such a long time. But I just, you know what it's like, Kev, every now and again you fancy a change, don't you?
Well, I kind of, like I said, I'm kind of a bit over it, but I still look at watches and think, oh, I'd like that. But when they're new, when they're mint, I don't want to be the one to put a scratch on them and make them a used watch. So I'd rather buy something that someone else has done that too, which is probably quite an odd thing because people want to be the ones to put their first scratch on it, don't they?
Yeah.
In the craze of it all, when I was buying a watch a month, it was like buying money, wasn't it? You know, you're paying, £100 for £200.
Yeah.
You know, so
The decision was a lot easier to make.
so easy to make. Yeah, I mean, no question of it. Now,
You have to think about it.
do I want? Because I'm able to turn money into more money.
Yeah.
You know, and that makes more sense to me, doesn't it? You
Yeah.
know, buy a 50 grand car, sell it for 55. Buy a 50 grand watch.
Sell it for 70.
Do what with it? You know, I mean, I don't have the reach that Spencer does,
Yeah, of
or
course,
any other
yeah.
dealer. In the heyday, we had a little bit of a website going and an Instagram page. My son and I, and we did a few, but
Is this car in your name, Kev?
no,
That's good, because I've just had a flash.
from the car behind letting you out.
Have some of that.
You like that, do you?
Good, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, how about you buy this then instead of wasting money on another watch you don't need?
Do you know what, Kev? I'm so over cars as well, you know. I really am. I'm you know, when you've had the cars, it's a bit like you. Like when you know, what car would you want to really excite you now?
I want to have a McLaren. I need to try one of them. I believe that they are more comfortable to drive than cars like that Lamborghini. But because I'm all about comfort, you know, there was a time when I would have paid money to go and collect that car.
Yeah.
As it happens, I'd arranged a trailer for it, and my trailer guy let me down. He had to go into hospital, and I went to collect it myself. But I wasn't looking forward to it, strangely. You know,
I think we
it's
grow
a
out
little
of
bit
it, don't we? After a
conspicuous.
while, you start to grow out of stuff, you know.
Yeah, I actually don't know what I've got. I like the new. Well, it's not new anymore, but the Mercedes AMG GT, going off on the M25 here. Yeah, I'd like to try one of them, although I did sit in one of them and I found that that particular car had bucket seats, and I'd been...
I mean, they look great, but they don't feel so good, do they?
Well, I've not driven one, you see, so I don't know.
No, I mean the bucket seats.
Oh, the buckets, yeah, no. I mean, they're very restrictive, and with the gear stick as it is here, I found it quite awkward to try and change any of the controls.
The thing is, with any car like that, it can't be your only car.
No.
You've got to have a first car, haven't you? An everyday beater.
Something that you can just get in without smacking your head.
Yeah.
Something that you can put into gear easily. Something that manoeuvres, that you can see all four corners. You know, a car that I used to run that I really enjoyed and kept for 2 years was my own car, Golf R.
Really?
Really
nice,
good,
yeah.
really good car. Yeah.
Well, funnily enough, Kev, when I used to have my supercars, my preferred choice of a daily driver was a smart car.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'd have a smart. I think I've had about 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I've had a supercar, I've had a smart car to sit alongside it, because the smart car I can take into town, don't care about it, park it anywhere.
Park it sideways.
No one bothers you, no one looks at you, no one takes any notice, and then you go from that to like a Ferrari, and it's the polar opposite.
Isn't it?
Everyone's looking at you, you can't park it anywhere. It's a car that you drive from A to A. So I found the smart cars have served me well as a, you know, me everyday beater, as it were.
Did you have a Brabus one?
I did, yeah. I've had a couple actually.
Yeah.
But I've also had like the regular smart cars as well. And I can honestly say, I've never had a moment's problem with them. Never had a moment's problem. And I've always enjoyed driving them. And to be honest with you, I'd have another one. You know, I really would have another one. And I don't think, funnily enough, they're one of those little cars I don't think people judge you in either. I don't know what you feel. I mean, you're a car dealer. But I don't think people look at you in a smart car and think, oh, is that all you can afford, a smart car?
I think they think it's probably a second car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's for just nipping about.
Yeah, exactly.
Locally.
I often see a lot of men, older men, driving a smart car, and I think, I wonder what you got at home.
Yeah.
You know, because that ain't your first car.
I just don't. I find them a bit plasticky. I don't think they drive as nice as they're as cute.
I think the older ones definitely didn't. The newer ones, I think, are a bit better. I don't know what the electric ones are like. They were trying to talk me into an electric one last time, but I think the range was about 100 miles or something ridiculous. You know, you think in a smart car, they could get the range right up, wouldn't you?
You would, but maybe it's not big enough to get the batteries.
Exactly. And that was on that's on a warm day. You know, in the winter when you got the aircon on, or the heater, and you know, it's even less. So I couldn't put up with that range anxiety.
Electric cars only work when you're doing short journeys and you've got home charging facilities.
Yeah. Right, let's get over to his lordship, see what he's got to offer, shall we?
I'm looking forward to seeing some new bits, yeah.
So after only a couple of days of being back from Geneva with Spencer, I'm back over at BQ HQ once again, because I fancy a change. I fancy something different. I've got my eyes on a gold Rolex, something that I haven't had for actually quite a long time, to be fair. We're about to come, and my good mate Spencer, he's got a few bits and pieces here that I'm going to try on. I'm going to show you what I've got my eye on, and then I'm going to choose one of them, and hopefully we can do a deal. I hope he's feeling generous, because I'm feeling very tight today. Let's see how I get on. Have a little look at this cracker I've just pulled out of the safe. 16758 from 1987. It's not what I'm looking for exactly, but it is absolutely stunning. Take a look at that, guys. Champagne 30 dial with diamonds and rubies on the 18 karat gold Jubilee bracelet. Absolutely gorgeous. So I've had a good look through, and I've narrowed it down to 3 pieces. I'll show you the first one. Is one of my all-time favourites, the Champagne Seridol Submariner. That's that one. Also the Paul Newman Daytona on the Oyster Flex. And last of all, the Bluesy Submariner. Now it's just a matter of deciding which one it is and doing a deal with his lordship. Right guys, so a bit of an unveiling, not quite an unboxing, but definitely an unveiling. I'm over with Spencer, and
haven't you had enough of me?
Well, not quite, mate. You're not too bad a bit. And actually today I'm extra pleased to see you, because I've had my mind set on changing, going back a little bit more classic, maybe wearing something a little bit smaller. I was looking at Submariners, you know, I spoke to you about the Seridol sub, which for me is one of my all-time favourite Rolex watches.
You love all the Certis, the GMT,
I love the Seridol, yeah, and you've got a couple. I've shown the viewers 1 or 2. By the way, that Seridol GMT needs buying. That is absolutely beautiful, but not necessarily. I'm looking for something that's more an everyday wear.
Every day, yeah. And semi-modern, but every day.
Yeah, semi-modern, but every day. So I've had a good look round, and I've decided, might surprise you, I've decided to buy the Paul Newman Daytona on the Oyster Flex. Absolutely love it. I actually tried one on in Geneva, one of the viewers that I bumped into from up north, and he was wearing it, and he had a load of toes, and it looked really good on him, and I thought, you know what?
Well, it's nice with all the colours, with the black and the gold, and it's not as gold. I know you looked at a few, and you really like the ceramic bezel, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
You know, saying the great thing, they don't show the wear.
Exactly. Now, we was going to kind of do a deal, we was going to have a little bit of negotiations on camera for you, but actually, because we're such good mates, to be honest, it's been a whole lot easier.
Paul's actually paid me full price on this, believe it or not. Believe it or not, probably not.
Spencer's actually done me a really good deal. I've left my AP with him on commission. More than happy to do that, obviously.
And we'll look after it.
And he'll look after the watch. He'll also look after me. That's where we've worked a good deal out. I've given Spencer pretty much the asking price for this, but then when he sells my AP...
Well, we'll do our best to get you the most money on the AP.
Exactly.
But we do this quite a lot, Paul, where someone leaves me with something, and if the value of what they want to buy, they can take that on account of what they're buying from.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great, you know, it's a great way of working for people. Gives them another option, but I'm pleased, as always.
You get to leave with a watch, and you lumber me with something else.
Always like lumbering Spencer with something.
Paul, what did you take back from Watches and Wonders? What was your... I've had so many people calling me, and what's your take on it?
The biggest thing I take from Watches and Wonders is never let you book an hotel for me. No, but seriously, I mean, I actually really enjoyed it, Spencer. I came home really knackered, to be honest.
Yep.
Took me a couple of days to get over it, but I would say that, look, for me, it's not, you know what I'm like. I'm a working class lad. I like sausage, egg, bacon and beans.
I'm fully aware of that. McDonald's, lunch, breakfast and dinner.
Not caviar, you know, so...
I mean, again, shout out to Roman. Roman and Nico took us to the Four Seasons, which was the rooftop there, which was unbelievable. And
an experience by itself.
It really was.
Yeah.
It really was.
And I'm really hoping that Roman's going to...
Hopefully he'll come over in June. I'll have to take him something equally as nice.
I know he's trying his best. I saw him on a stream on JJ's stream last night talking about the show, saying that he wants to come for us.
Yeah.
You know, and
I'm hoping that he will do.
He's such a good friend, and yeah, I mean, it was a great weekend. I think, to be honest with you, I'll remember the friendship more than the watches, probably. And I think meeting people, meeting old friends. We saw Jonathan from Edinburgh Watch Company.
Nice to see him.
Lovely to see Jonathan. You know, we see
again, like we say, there's not that many meetups. Obviously, we went to Dubai. There was a few people there, but not loads.
Yeah.
So there's not too many. Obviously, whenever we do our events, people do come. But internationally, there aren't loads of times to see people.
There's not.
Probably Geneva, as we done Watches and Wonders, and Beau Rivage that we done in September. That was a good event.
Yeah.
Which hopefully...
We get about a bit, don't we?
Yeah,
we do get about a bit. I mean, this show on the 15th and 16th of June, when you think about the YouTubers that are going to be there, I mean, it's going to be huge. It's probably going to be the biggest YouTuber experience since the London Watch Show, I would say.
Yeah.
100%, especially if Roman gets himself over,
and
which will be
possibly Nico,
great.
but don't count on it.
Even JJ and his boys, his crew from America,
And
they're
some of the
talking about
Americans.
coming over, so it'll be
Fantastic.
absolutely huge.
I mean, again, going back, I really thought long and hard. A lot of people said to me, Spencer, what did you get from Watches and Wonders? Two things I've got from me. When you go and see all the Pateks, Patek for me, the finest watch brand in the world. In terms of quality, range, forget whether you like them or not, but in terms of the quality and range, just incredible.
Yeah, whole quality.
Yeah. But for me, the best watch brand, and a couple of customers have come to me and I've discussed it and my take on it. Rolex, doesn't matter what they do, whether they have a good year, a bad year, or what they bring out. The best watch brand in the world for a couple of reasons. Timeless, dateless, and anything else you buy, like I've been away with you, you bought cameras, you buy clothes, everything goes out of fashion or you replace it. You never, and this could be Rolex's strapline, you never actually replace a Rolex, you just add to the collection.
Yeah.
So you know Patek say, you never sell, you merely look after it for the next generation.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I mean by that with Rolex is, they don't date. That's why you never get bored of it. There isn't a Rolex that's out of fashion. Every Rolex is in fashion. You looked at some older stuff today, like 1680. They're 50 years old.
Yeah.
But you don't look at them.
They're incredible, aren't they?
But they're just as good as a 126610 to a 1680.
Yeah. Talking of that, Spence, I've just been, because I love my vintage stuff as well, as you know, and I've been thumbing my way through there. He's got some beautiful bits and pieces tucked away, by the way. All been James Dowling certified as well.
Yep.
So if anyone's out there looking for a special vintage piece, give Spencer a ring, because you've got 4 or 5 pieces out there that are absolutely spot on.
And
I can't talk about the money because I didn't discuss prices.
Absolutely.
But
Paul, what you mean about that is James Dowling, who has written books. Actually, there's the book there. There we go. It's
where
behind
is
you.
it?
There we go. And for anyone who wants this, no one sells these anymore, but if anyone wants one of these books, I have got some that we can sell that we've kept here. Equally, the vintage that we sell comes with a James Dowling certificate, but what we have done is authenticated a lot of people's watches by James Dowling. So what I mean by that is we take it in, James has a look at it, inspects it, he'll then do a report and a certificate. So we do that for people's vintage.
Yeah.
And what that helps them in years to come, if ever they sell it, it's been authenticated by the person who's written this book, as you can see there. So that's a big part of what we do. And if you're buying that, like you said, how do you know this? How do you know? So having a third party besides us looking at the piece is really good.
No, I think it's a brilliant move, Spencer. Just going back to Geneva as well, there's a few comments I was reading through us saying, oh, it looks like you and Paul need to get a room and all that, etc. Because, obviously...
that's exactly what we don't need to do.
We definitely didn't. Mind
separate rooms,
it would have been better than the bloody room I had, but there you go.
I mean, Paul's room, his legs were in the corridor. That was the size of the room.
That's why he booked it, so his little legs fit in the bed. But seriously, Spence, again, on camera, for the record, I want to say, the way you conduct yourself, doing business, a lot of the guys won't see this, and also the way that people out there in the profession, I mean, I'm talking Switzerland here, we're talking top drawer. They all know this guy. They know him, they respect him, they've heard about him, his reputation goes before him. So it's an honour to walk around with you, Spence,
Can I just say, equally, Paul, we don't walk more than a few minutes without you either needing a Coke, needing a cigarette, or someone bending your ear about something.
Yeah.
And the other thing I want to say to the viewers out there, and if you see Paul, got time for everyone, and the amount of people who say hello, honestly, you don't realise what people think of you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
And more so than anyone else there.
No, I appreciate that, and God bless them all. I'm happy to speak to anyone, Spence, and when anyone pays me that respect of coming up to me. There was a couple from America who said they were actually...
Oh, that was why, who lived in America, they were a South African couple.
That was another couple. That was another couple.
Yeah.
But a couple come up to me and said, didn't think we'd see you here, can't believe we've got to meet you. And they was a little bit
Yeah.
A bit nervous, not nervous, but a little bit, you know.
Don't know how received and don't want to drive you mad, but...
Yeah, but they were lovely,
yeah.
but I spent nearly half an hour with them, you know. Yeah. Lovely people, but I really appreciate that. So my big take out of it was the professionalism. The corporate side of it, the snobby side of it, you know I'm not the biggest fan of. That's just the way I am. But I think the biggest thing was the friendship, the loyalty that we've been shown by certain people, and that we've obviously returned, and the way that my friend, you, was received by the big boys in Switzerland, and that actually means a lot to me, because you know how much I think of you and your business.
Thank you.
You know, so it was a good weekend.
But just going back, like, I see what you're saying, Dubai. When we went to Dubai, we could go and try on anything, and some of the experiences in Dubai were incredible. And they're not afraid to show you a 50, 100 grand watch or put it on the wrist. That was where it was a bit sterile. You couldn't touch too many watches. But nice to see and experience, without question.
But Dubai was amazing, wasn't it? Because we were treated like royalty out there, weren't we? I mean, that really was a trip, Spence.
But Beau Rivage in Geneva as well. Some different things, but more offbeat watches.
Is it just me, or do you sometimes... I don't always appreciate these trips that we do until you get back and you look back at them. I mean, look at
I say this all, look, a bit like holiday. I say you never appreciate the holiday till you come. When you're on the holiday, you think, okay, and you come back. When you come back and you reflect back of what you've seen and what you've done, has more of an effect.
Yeah, I mean, we've done thousands of miles together looking around the watch world, and it's not finished, guys. God willing, you know, we'll be up and at it again later this year. We've got a few things planned.
So where are we now? Middle of April. So we've only got 8 weeks till our show at Wembley and here.
Yeah.
And we've got other things we're looking to do.
Other things that we got planned. I think I'm pretty much committed to going to New York to see Roman in New York. Probably May-ish, end of May, somewhere there or thereabouts. Not quite finalised that one yet, but yeah, so I've got the new Paul Newman Daytona. Let me know what you think, guys. Does it suit me? You're going to have to get used to seeing something a bit smaller on my wrist. I mean, they do say that size matters, and well...
Maybe it does, maybe it
does, but there you go. Spence, as always.
Thank you.
Thanks for looking after me, and yeah, much appreciated. BQ Watches, number 1.
See you later, guys.
So Kev, back at Stream Cars HQ.
Yes.
I've enjoyed that today.
It was all right, wasn't it?
Got myself a new watch, but no new car. Can't afford that one, mate. Bit too much.
Talks about buying cars, but doesn't get there.
Well, do you know what? I've gone off them a little bit. It's like a little bit like what I haven't gone off me watches, but like I don't have the desperation I used to have to own a nice car these days. And anyway, down in Brighton, if you drive a nice car, people look at you and give you dirty looks. So
yeah, you get the finger.
Yeah, you do. You get the middle finger, not that sort of finger, Kev. Not at our age, wouldn't be good for us, would it? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Wouldn't mind.
But you know, thanks for a great day out, mate, and showing us around the cars, guys. If you're looking for the UK's number 1, the most honest car dealer, it's Supercar Kev.
Thank you.
Stream Cars. I've got the link below. Have a look, and if you're buying, selling, part exchanging, or anything else, giving away, he loves a gift.
Got to be a nice car though.
Give him a yeah. He only does like full service history and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't. So it doesn't mean it has to be a 100 grand Lamborghini. It just means that, you know, if it's fit 500, as long as it's a nice car.
And if you mention my name, I guarantee he'll look after you. And if you don't, we'll send the boys round. How about that?
You know where to find me.
All right. See you later, guys.
Thank you.